Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, or a candidate, I can tell you quite clearly there are many other pro-Europeans in this hemicycle. Europeans spoke quite clearly on the 9th of June. They have clearly returned a pro-European majority to this House. And now this is not good news for those who want to paint it differently. Ms. von der Leyen, freedom is at the basement, is the foundation of Europe, and it's what guides us. Through this freedom, we have our fundamental values. Freedom to be who we want to be, to love who we want, to freedom to work, to set up businesses, to live in a healthy environment. Freedom, that's at the heart of Europe, and it's the heart of our future. Our roadmap for the next 5 years is clear. Our expectations, the expectations of Renew Europe, only aim to allow Europeans to exercise their freedoms, and this is set out in 4 different areas. Firstly, European values, the rule of law. We all know that today in Europe there are leaders who do not respect our basic democratic values. I'm going to say that quite clearly. The leading candidate here is Viktor Orban. You have the you have the power to launch Article 7. You can also strengthen the conditionality mechanism. It's now time to act. But our values don't only apply to our institutions. We can see it across Europe, people trying to backslide when it comes to fundamental values. So I'd ask you to do everything you can to ensure that the right to abortion is included in the European Charter of Fundamental Rights. And second priority is as follows. The economy.
This is the third time you've done this. I ask that the member is taken out of the room. Let me repeat. I ask that the member is taken out of the room now. Do I have to say it again? I would ask you also not to shout at the ushers. How many colleagues need to come and escort you out of the room? I think you've spoken enough. Madame Hayer? Madame Hayer, tu peux continuer.
You may continue. Thank you, Madam President. I think that proves that it's absolutely vital and urgent to defend the right to abortion across Europe. The second priority area.
Deuxième priorité, l'économie.
Secondly, the economy. From you, Ms. von der Leyen, we want you to act for the prosperity of Europe. It needs 3 two-way approach: simplification, investment and innovation. We need to simplify the life for entrepreneurs and SMEs. We need to accelerate investments and certain projects, and in order to do so, we need a European law for acceleration to speed up the issuance of permits. We also need to speed up the European capital market so we can decouple investments and savings. We need to rebuild our factories. We need to make Europe a space for excellence and innovation. We need cutting-edge technology which serves our strategic autonomy. And within our industrial priorities, there's also defence. You mentioned it, and I'll come to it. Thirdly, Europe needs to be able to defend itself. This is not just a thought exercise. This is absolutely vital. We need to strengthen the European Defence Fund, and that's needed, something we'll see tomorrow with the presentation of the multi-annual financial framework. We should invest so that we can have a true European defence market. The US has one type of tank. In Europe, we have 17. How can we be effective when we're so fragmented? It's not only us who needs to act here. We've promised the Ukrainian people who continue to fight the Russian invasion that we will support them for as long as it takes. You said this yourself, but we need to move beyond that. We need to be there as soon as possible. Finally, another threat faces us, climate change. So we ask you clearly, do not take a step back from the green agenda. Do not move away from the green agenda. Let's put an end to fossil fuels. We need a climate adaptation pact. We need to support houses. We need to support households and businesses with a just transition fund. We cannot forget the farmers, which have been hit by crises over recent times. We have responded with the necessary measures, and now we need to move forward with structural measures in relation to prices and unfair competition, as you mentioned. That's what we expect from you, Ms. von der Leyen. There are huge tasks ahead of us, but we are determined to achieve these aims, because together, for the past 5 years, you and us together, we've been able to do so. We've protected Europeans from the pandemic, and we've come up with a recovery plan. We have pushed our economy into the 21st century. We adopted the Asylum and Migration Pact, and we've put Europe on a path towards decarbonisation. We've listened to you this morning, Ms. von der Leyen. Your roadmap is very much in line with the ambitions of our political group. We will always be a demanding partner, but also a reliable partner. Our demands are clear. We just want to focus on the best interests of the Europeans, and it's something we think you share, and we work together.
Now of the Green Group to Terry Reintke.